What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making my personal favorite salad of all time, and that is kind of like a fruit-based salad with an apple cider dressing. Alright, so to start this recipe, I'm going to be using 4 pounds of chicken and I'm going to bake this in my oven. The reason that I'm cooking this much chicken is because I'm going to be using this for other recipes than my salad. I actually like to cook a lot of Chinese food, fried rice, and noodle dishes, so this comes in handy. Now, I'm just covering both sides of this chicken lightly in olive oil. Be sure to rub it in across both sides, ensuring that every bit of this chicken is nice and coated. Now I'm going to be adding a bunch of fresh cracked black pepper to both sides of my chicken. Be very generous here with the black pepper. This chicken breast is very thick and it really does need the seasoning. And also season both sides with salt, and there you have it, perfectly seasoned chicken that can be used for any type of dish. And as you can tell, Coda isn't very excited about salads, but he will be excited to get a little piece of chicken. Now I'm going to bake this in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit on a foil-lined baking sheet for 40 minutes. Now, let's talk about our salad toppings. I think the 3 essentials here are fresh strawberries, blueberries, and Granny Smith apples. Strawberries here in North Carolina are in season around April through May, and they have a lot better taste than the ones sold in the supermarket because it's a different type of variety, so if you can find the ones in season, go with those. I like to prep my strawberries by simply cutting the tops off, laying them on their flat side, and then quartering these. So for a closer look, all I've done is laid this flat, cut it in half, rotate it, and then cut that in half until you get these nice quarters. So I did find it easier for me to cut the tops off of a handful at a time and then proceed to quartering that handful. That way it's not a big mess all over your countertop. I also found this really weird conjoined strawberry in my bucket, and I don't know how this happened, so if you have any knowledge about how this could have happened, let me know what this is. And for our apples, I highly recommend Granny Smith. I don't think that there's really a substitute here because these are nice and tart and they go very well with our dressing. And for my apples, I've simply cut around the core, cut these into thicker slices, and then kind of cube them up after rotating them. I found the fastest way to do this was to take one side of the apple, cut it, and kind of pinch it together after each cut, and then we're going to rotate this and then just dice it up into nice little cubes. Besides apples, for our next topping, I highly recommend something crunchy like some granola. I really like honey-based granolas as well as some sort of nut or seed. Personally, I like to use roasted sunflower seeds. These are much cheaper than almonds or something like that, and you get a lot for about $3. I also like to add dried fruit to my salad, and this blend of things is going to add a nice color and different flavors and textures. Personally, I really do like spring mix salad. It's got a nice color and crunch as well as very good nutritional value versus something like iceberg lettuce. Now, let's create our salad dressing before we prepare this. To a blender, add a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 clove of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of spicy brown mustard, a 1/4 teaspoon each of fresh ground black pepper and salt. Finally, 2 tablespoons of honey. Heating it up in the microwave will make it easier to pour. Now I'm just going to quickly throw my lid on and kind of blend these ingredients together, breaking them down nicely. We do need to add in a 1/3 cup of olive oil, but you want to do so little by little, and a blender does help with this, but it can be done with a whisk and a bowl. So you're just going to add a little touch of olive oil at a time, and then close the lid and then blend this together. This process is called emulsification, and it's essentially how you get sauces or condiments to hold together when you're mixing oil with watery ingredients. If you add too much oil at once, it will break the sauce, or in our case, the dressing, and you will have an oily mess, which nobody wants. Now, all that's left to do is just simply bottle this stuff up. You can throw it in a mason jar or this cork top bottle like I have here. This stuff will remain good in the refrigerator for about a week, so if you plan on making it, I would say this will cover you for about 4 salads, so you can either double, halve, or triple it, whatever you want to do. If this does sit for a while, just be sure to shake it up before each use. Now everything should be ready to create our salad, so grab yourself a large bowl and add as much or as little of this spring mix as you like. I like to leave enough room for all my toppings. Alright, so our chicken has been resting on the side over here, and this is going to do two things. One, it's going to make it much more tender to cut, and it's not going to be blazing hot, so your fingers can handle it. And as you can see, I'm kind of cutting this in almost paper thin slices, and this is exactly what you want. You want to get this as thin as you possibly can, and kind of let it fall down into this little pattern here. Now that your chicken is nice and fanned out, I kind of scoop up under it with the point of my knife and then lay it all out nice and neat like this. Next, I like to sprinkle on about 1/4 of a pint of blueberries to the top of my salad. I think the purple leaves in this spring mix and the blueberries look very nice together. Then you can add as much or as little of these strawberries as you like. Next, add as much or as little of these Granny Smith apples as you would like. I do recommend, if you have a little bit of lemon juice left over, to kind of coat these in it, and it will prevent them from browning like you see some of mine here. Follow that up with your dried fruit mixture, and then a large pinch of your roasted sesame seeds. And for a little bit added crunch, I like to add just a touch of this honey granola. Then drizzle over about 2 tablespoons of your homemade apple cider vinaigrette dressing. Alright everybody, the salad is complete. As you can see, I've tossed it around. It's nice and coated in all of that dressing. So let's give this a quick taste test. We'll try to get a little bit of everything in one bite. Compared to the Chick-fil-A salad, it is different. Personally, in my opinion, it is a lot better. The dressing and the strawberries are definitely the 2 ingredients that make this salad better than normal. Also, I really like the addition of the roasted sesame seeds. The granola and the dried fruit is already there, but I really do like the sesame seeds. Alright everybody, so first thoughts, this is absolutely amazing. And here on this channel, if I make something in a video and it doesn't turn out quite how I want it, I will straight up say what I personally could have done better and where my mistakes were, but this is absolutely perfect. And with that being said, that is all I have for you today. A lot of time, effort, and some money went into making this episode, so please hit the like button down below if you enjoyed it, and consider subscribing to my channel because I cook good food here every single week, and I want you to be a part of that community so I can share some recipes with you. You can try them out and let me know what you think. So with that being said, I will see you all on the next one.